Hi, thanks for watching Strike Fit Online. This is Mari and we are doing yoga. This is the first video. So make sure you have a yoga mat and get some nice, area just to spread out. So you want to first start off in our lotus position. And lotus position usually is one foot on top of the thigh and the other on top of the other thigh. And you have your hands straight out. But for beginners, you can do it what they like to call crisscross applesauce way and tuck them underneath. Okay, so you want to hold here. All right, so breathing in, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Now bring the hands all the way up, inhale, and exhale, going all the way over, stretching over, and coming all the way up, okay? So now we're gonna tuck the knees in, and place it right on top of that thigh, and then this leg is going to come out into half of the split. Okay, and we're going to extend the hands all the way over and stretch. Stretching here and coming all the way back up. Okay, and switching. This time we're going to place the right leg over the left. Extend that arm all the way over and stretch. And keeping the toes pointed, we're going to turn the body forward, keeping the hands all the way up and going down into our forward fold and holding it here. Hold the forward fold here and dropping the elbows. Try to bring the chin closer towards the knees and slowly bring the back up. Elongating the back, you want to bring that knee in, open up the hips, holding it here, and you're going to bend back. So we're cradling our leg right now in a cradle position and engaging the abs and come back up. And cradle, come all the way down. And come back up, straightening and make sure that spine is nice and straight. Now you're going to tuck the hand underneath the leg and bring the toes all the way up in front and bring it back in. Back into a cradle position, cradling, opening up the hips, and you're going to rock side to side, opening the hips up. So we're opening those hips up. And remember, this is beginner yoga, so I'm starting off very gentle. And we just want to really just open up the hip receptors and make sure that we can be nice and loose. And extend the toes all the way up. And hold here. And coming back down. And now if you can't do this, you can modify it to just stretching the leg all the way out in front of you. But just make sure the shoulders are tucked in so you get that really good stretch. Okay? So cradling the other leg, we're going to take the right arm and put it underneath. And we're going to cradle in a cradle position. And bend all the way back, engaging the abs. And come all the way up. Make sure you're straightening that spine out. Okay? And bend all the way back. And come all the way up, straightening the spine out. And we're going to go back to a cradling position, cradling the hips, opening up the hips. And you're going to take the bottom of that foot, straighten it out. Make sure your hand is placed on the mat and the other one is on the bottom. Straightening that knee out as well. So straighten that knee out and point the toes if you can. And bring it back in. So the bottom of my calf muscle should be right where my bicep is. Okay, so cradling again, opening up those hips. And this time you're going to extend, same thing, grabbing onto the bottom of the foot. Extend all the way up as you can. Try to bring the shoulder blade out and point the toes. And again, if you can't do that, to modify it, you would just stretch all the way up, make sure the shoulders are in, and come back in. Now taking the toe, we're going to place that over the left leg, stretching all the way up, breathing in And breathe out. Energy is pointed towards the ceiling through the toes. And coming back up. And switching legs. Left foot over the right. Extend all the way up. And grab onto the bottom of the foot. Toes are pointed towards the ceiling, engaging that energy towards the ceiling. And slowly bring the body back up. Okay, so now we are going to turn the body towards the side and come to a cat's crow position onto our side. So now we're going to come up, and the heels should be off of the floor, and you're going to take your shoulders and lean towards the left and come back up. Okay, so I'm leaning towards left, coming back up as I would in our side crow position. So leaning towards the left and coming back up as I would in a side crow position. So this is going to kind of shock the shoulder blades as we lean towards the left and come back up. And as I lean, I am taking some of my weight and putting it onto my right shoulder and my right elbow as well. Okay, and switching to the other side, same thing. So my weight's going to go onto my left shoulder and my left elbow as well. So leaning to the side, leaning to the side. Really focus on engaging the arms as you do this. Okay, this is going to help you get into your first ever yoga pose if you've never done yoga before. And this is just a way to really awaken the muscles and strengthen them. So now from here, much slower, we're going to take our right elbow, okay, and place it into inside of our knee. And we're going to take our left elbow and place it into the side of our gluteus maximus. And you're going to bring your hands kind of close, kind of in a little triangle, and distribute the weight evenly onto the toes and back up. Okay? So this is a beginner to get into side crow. So taking the hands, distributing the weight evenly to the toes. So I'm not lifting the toes yet. Okay, same thing on the other side. So we're going to take our left arm. The weight is going to go into our left elbow, and our right elbow is going to go into our gluteus maximus. Take the weight, distribute it into the toes, and coming back up. Distribute the weight into the toes, and come back up. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This time we're going to lift the toes up off of the ground, feel the energy in our hands, and also in our side elbow. So our elbow is using a lot of the strength. Okay, so make sure that you have a really good side crow position, and you're going to take the weight, distribute it off to the side, and lift the toes and come back down. Okay, so try it again. You're going to bring your left elbow to your gluteus maximus, and right elbow is going right to the inner of that knee, and go ahead and distribute the weight and come back down. Same thing on the other side. Left elbow is into that knee. Really feel the energy and the strength in the back of that gluteus maximus as well. Hands are spread out. You're going to tip the weight over. Toes come up and back down. Okay, and if you can't get it on your first try, really try just lifting and using the toes as the only amount of weight that's on them, just the toes. Okay, and last time, so elbow is right where the knee is, elbow is right where the butt is. Come up, distribute the weight, come back down. Okay, so now distributing our weight into our side crow, we're going to stretch out into our half split pose, prayers position. We're going to move the foot out so that our whole entire hip is on the ground and up into prayer position. And inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, stretching all the way up. Exhale, coming all the way over. And stretching the arms all the way out into our pigeon pose. Coming all the way up into pigeon. And holding it here. So yoga is a lot about strength but it's also a lot about flexibility as well. So holding a lot of these positions to really feel the strain. Okay, now you're gonna switch sides. Okay, so we're switching sides, tucking the knee in, elongate that back leg, make sure the hips are centered onto the ground, hands are in prayer position, and inhale, and exhale, back to prayer position, and inhale, and exhale, back down to prayer position, and inhale, and stretch over, and hold it here. And to pigeon pose, stretching out the arms and the hands, bringing your weight up, and hold. And come back. And the legs are gonna go back to Tasthana. And now we're gonna go in Virgasana pose, so we're gonna just lay out on our mat. So laying out on the mat right now. Hands are extended towards the ceiling, and inhale, expand the belly, and exhale, contract the belly, and inhale, expand the belly, and exhale, contract the belly, and inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. And with the palms facing up, laying here, you're gonna bring the toes in and grab on to the back of the foot. And stretching the leg all the way up to our split position, but face on the ground. And coming back in, switching the hips outwards into half lotus position. So you want to hold on to those toes so they don't slip off of the leg. And you want to bend that left knee and wrap the hands around the knee and bring it towards you. So holding this position, really stretching those hips out. Release the leg to the ground and switch. Same thing, you're gonna extend the leg all the way up, grab onto the bottom of the foot, stretch, opposite hand to toe. Then you want to bring that same foot over your right leg, holding on to the bottom of the foot. Now bend that right leg and grab onto the back of the knee, and really bend that knee. The more you bend the knee, the more you stretch the hip out, and release the leg to the ground in our half lotus position. Releasing both legs out of our half lotus. So now you're going to take both legs and cross them over, holding both toes. Extend the knees outward and hold. And inhale and exhale. And inhale. As you inhale, your tummy should be expanding, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to come up towards the side, same thing. So we're doing side splits, and it's okay if you can't stretch it all the way out, but you just want to make sure that you are on the side of your hip. So stretching the leg all the way out to the side and grabbing onto the bottom of the foot, and hand is placed on the ground. Make sure you distribute the weight on the side of the leg and bring it back in and folding it over and hold in Virgasana. And switch the legs, switching the body over to the other side. I'm going to switch over to here so you can see. Same thing on this side. Going to extend the leg all the way out. Extending it out, you can hold on to the bottom of the foot. Extending the leg all the way out and bringing it over in Virgasana. And make sure that you keep that body aligned to the side of the ground. Okay, and from here we're going to push up, pushing the body up into what they would call a lunge, but this is also a yoga lunge as well. And you're going to wrap the hand all the way to the back and hold here. So my shoulder's underneath my leg. Now extend the leg and the back onto the ground, so knee is on the ground and the back of the leg is straight. And I'm still extending my arm and my shoulder blade underneath my leg. I'm gonna keep my leg straight now in front and kind of scooch my toes up towards the mat and hold here. And holding from here, we're gonna stretch all the way back as we would into child's pose. And slowly come back up to a lunge. Bringing the toes together and switching back. Same thing, I'm going to take my right shoulder blade, bring it underneath that leg. The left arm is I'm using the left arm as support. Using the mat as well to support me. And now I'm going to drop that knee in the back down. Make sure that leg is straight. I'm continuing to extend my right arm all the way back. And my elbow is underneath my leg. Now I'm going to scooch my toes towards the front of the mat, continuing to extend the leg and hold here. Now I'm going to stretch back into child's pose. And bringing the toes back together. So this foot comes forward. Stretching up. And stretching back down. The heels can be off the ground if you can't have your heels onto the ground. And stretching back up. Make sure you cross the hands behind. Back down and coming back up and coming back down. Now we're going to do what we originally have done at the beginning of the class, which is side crow. So taking the left arm, placing it right in front of or behind, or slightly behind the right leg. And making sure that right arm is supported by the cutis. And we're gonna push our bodies over and hold. Make sure you inhale and exhale. Same thing, other side. So applying what we learned in the beginning. So right arm is gonna go right here, and left arm is gonna go behind. Really make sure you dig into the side of your gluteus maximus or your butt. And you're gonna just go straight over. Make sure you're extending. Inhale, exhale, come out. Toes are together, stretching the body upward. And bring the toes all the way back to a high cobra position, holding it here. Bring the hips low, stretch up, go into child's pose, and coming back up, switching the toes in front of each other as you would in the beginning of class, in crisscross applesauce. This time you should be able to do lotus position because we did open up our hips. So take one foot and put it over the other and hold here. Breathe in, inhale, collecting all the energy, and exhale, distributing everything inside that's not good out. Inhale and exhale. And taking the hand into prayer position, slowly bringing the body forward. Focus on the energy, focus on bringing that heart back to center. Namaste, and thank you so much. You did so great your first yoga class, and I'll see you in the next one.